Hey all, how are you? Welcome back. Jackson M. Haskell here. So the video coming after this on May 25th, 2025. We're talking about 1980s Twilight Zone, Season 3, Part 1. Season 3, if you didn't know, it's the finale season, which is great. I'm really excited here. And that is video coming on the 24th, which we're playing right now. We have a Let's Talk Horror. We're talking about Final Destination 2, released in 2003, and please announce the next Final Destination be at May 23rd, May 28th, which is great. And our next Let's Talk Horror, besides Twilight Zone, will be on June 4th, it looks like, which is great. Here we go. Twilight Zone, Final Destination 2, released in 2003, was directed by David Ells, which is great. David R. Ellis. We've not seen him yet, but we will talk about him. The screenplay is written by J. Mackie Gruber, which is cool, and Eric Bress. And it was based on a story by Bress, Gruber, and Jeffrey Reddick, who created the franchise, which is cool. The film was released on January 31st, 2003. And this one has to do with a car highway accident premonition. But yeah, we've not talked about Mr. Ellis, but he did this Homeward Bound 2, Satellite Snakes on a Plane, Final Destination 2009, which is cool. He was also the second director in the first ever Harry Potter, Patriot Games, R.I.P.D., Writer's Tale. He worked on Baywatch, which is cool. J. Mackie Gruber, I don't really recognize. He co-written this, which is cool. Also is the director for Butterfly Effect, which is all I know. And Eric Bress, don't recognize either. He also is the director for Butterfly Effect. Worked on Final Destination from 2009, which is cool. Let's talk about the actors and actresses. But so these films all have to do with premonitions. People die in weird ways, and unique ways. And this movie gave me a highway and logging trucks. So we have Ali Larder, who we saw in the first one. We're not really gonna mention her. This is her second appearance, I think. Yeah. AJ Cook plays Kimberly Gorman, which is cool. Let's talk about her. She's a person we have not seen. Let's Talk Horror, and I don't know if we will. I know her from, she played Jay on Criminal Minds. She's cool. What do we know her mother? Wishmaster 3 as Diana Collins. This movie, and that's kind of it I recognize her from. She was in Mother's Day, which is a cool film, which I hope to cover sometime. But yeah, I don't recognize her from any TV shows. Actually, that's not true. We have saw her before. She was in the original Goosebumps TV show from the 90s, where she played Kim in the episode Don't Make Mummy, which is kind of cool. Kind of nice connection there. We also have Michael Landis as Thomas Burke. He's not a name I don't recognize, but he played Jimmy Olsen in the Lois and Clark New Adventures of Superman in season 1. I don't really know him besides this movie, it looks like. Yeah, nothing. He was in CSI Miami, but yeah. We also have Kean Connor Tracy as Kat Jennings. I think I definitely recognize that name for some reason. Okay, she played Blue Fairy in Once Upon a Time. She was Audrey Malone in Beggars and Choosers, which is the Showtime show. She was in Bates Motel as Blair Watson. Oh, okay. I know her from my other TV show, which is cool. I know her from Supernatural. She appeared in an episode. She appeared as Karen Giles in The Usual Suspects, which, if I'm remembering, is a season number 2, which is cool. And the reason I know her, it's just an iconic episode. I just want to check something to be sure. Yeah, okay, yeah, season 2. Which is cool. Always want to be sure, because you never know. And she's not the famous actress in that episode. Linda Blair. Which is cool. Jonathan Cherry plays Rory Peters. We have T.C. Carson plays Eugene Dix. Fun fact, these characters were originally going to die in their own accidents, but since a plane accident happened, it affected the whole chain, so these guys died in this movie, and Death's trying to work backwards. Oh, okay, so Terrence Carson, I don't know from Let's Talk Horror, but I do know from Star Wars where he played Mace Windu and like Star Wars, the Clone Wars TV show. Which is cool. He was also in Clifford Red Dog. But yeah, he played Sassy Tin and Mace Windu. Next up, we have David Pacco as Evan Lewis, a lottery winner. Movie. He was in Alien vs. Predator Requiem. I know it was No Way You Did last summer. I hope to cover Alien franchise plus Predator later this year. But yeah, he was in episode of Dexter, So Weird, which is a TV show we covered, but we might cover every season in the future. Yeah, a lot of big horror films, which is kind of cool. This is one of his. Yeah. And he was so young. He was in The Crow, Stairway to Heaven. Which is cool. We also have people such as James Kirk as Tim Carpenter. Linda Boyd plays Nora Carpenter. I know her from this. Unfinished Life. She's the one on Thin Life. I Spy. Which is cool. We also have Joshua Mikado. Sorry, Justina Mikado as Isabel Hudson. She's the pregnant mom in this. She was in 6 Feet Under, where she played Vanessa Diaz, which is cool. Tony Todd plays William Bloodworth, which is great. Sarah Carter plays Shayna McClink. She's one of the people who died in this. She played Alicia Baker on Smallville. Madeline Poe on Shark. And Maggie in Falling Skies, which is cool. We have Alex Reyes, Dano Estevez. We have Sean Sitbox as Frankie Whitman, a friend. Arnie Andrew Aaron plays McCorman, who is Kimberly's dad, and we have Noel Fisher. Violet Richards, Shameless, he plays Brian Gibbons. Benita Ha, she was in Street Sense, she plays Jean. Aaron Douglas plays Deputy Steve Adams. I don't recognize any of these actors, so I'm going for him fast. Eric Keenside plays Detective Subi. Indeed, Ray Adams plays Dr. Ellen Kababian. Fred Henderson plays Dr. Lees. Alf Humphreys plays Mr. Gibbons. White Chosen Crane plays Mrs. Gibbons, which is cool. Yeah, this film's okay. It's not my favorite. Number one is by far. But yeah, it's a cool film otherwise. Not the worst franchise. It's kind of unique. Which is cool. Like I said, the video coming after this on May 25th. We're talking about 1980s Twilight Zone Season 3, Part 1. That'll be split in the first two parts, like Season 1. There's just so many episodes, and if I did them all once, I would be so tired. And next, let's talk horror. May 28th, which is cool. We're talking about Final Season 3, and we have a horror Scream Queen in that as the lead. Yeah. And next let's talk horror besides Nightmare. This Twilight Zone will be on June 4th, which is great. We have a cool movie from 2010s, I believe. 2010s or 2020s. I don't remember a year. And it has a reference to DCAU, or DC. If you know, you know. I hope you guys enjoy and have a great and wonderful day/evening. Bye-bye.